Hello, everyone. I'm Mark Nowak from the Worker Writers School. We will have about 10 writers reading for us today. It's been absolutely amazing watching others read all day today since this morning here in New York. I'm going to read two short things. The first, just a really short excerpt from Darwish's State of Siege. In siege, time becomes place, petrified in its eternity. In siege, place becomes time, late for its appointment. Place is the scent. When I recall a land, I smell the blood of scent and long for my displaced self. This land is low, high, or holy, fornicator. We don't care much for the jurisprudence of adjectives because the orifice, the heaven's orifice, might become a geography. The martyr besieges me whenever I live a new day and asks, "Where were you?" Give back to the dictionaries all the talk you gave to me as a gift and ease the drone of echo off the sleeping. The martyr clarifies for me I didn't search beyond the expanse for immortal virgins because I love life on earth among the pines and figs, but I couldn't find a way to it, so I looked for it with the last thing I owned, blood in the lapis body. The martyr teaches me no aesthetic outside my freedom. That was a really influential long poem and excerpt from State of Siege from Darwish. And it was really influential in a lot of the poems I wrote for this book again. And it's a series of abecedarians, and this is the letter Z, and it's an abecedarian called Summer on the assassination attempt on Donald Trump, the orange that opens the poem. Orange emblazoned on the tops of trees above the razor wire fences. Sunflowers ablaze in the sunflower saturated fields, like the city in the book of Ezekiel Ben Buzi. Turkey buzzards circling between us and the fire red sky. American made biohazards, American made bulldozers, Z tanks in Ukraine, American sanctioned bombs dropping all over Gaza. The odds is sharpened at the pearly gates. The zodiac, they say, has come full circle again. Bazooka Joes at the barricades, the dizzying days of orange skies, pink skies, blood red skies. Zeus, my friends, doesn't need a Zippo to set the world ablaze. Capitalism does, the czars do. Cue up their hazy, overzealous music again. Don't listen to their buzzwords at this, our final rendezvous. Just listen, my dears, to the goodbye buzzing of the worker bees. Mark Nowak introducing now other poets from Worker Writers School in New York and elsewhere. Thank you.
I am Lorraine Garnett, a member of the Workers' Writers School. Bloody, bloody land deal. There is no deal except their bogus deal. Ceasefire? What the hell was that deal? Genocide on pause. There is no deal, just their friggin' fake deal. Over 20,000 babies and children, victims of genocide. Their milestones stolen, their dreams vanish, their hopes became nightmares. Genocide on pause. Innocent children killed without a meal, killed without reason. May their pure soul rest in peace. Mothers mourning on their knees, wailing and screaming while holding their dead babies' bodies. Mothers holding their children's body parts, limbs that moments were intact, limbs that were whole. Genocide on pause. Is murder the only way these children occupy their own land? Dumped in makeshift grave, soaking in bloody land deal. Is genocide the only way these babies occupy their own bloody land? The land of their birth, the land of their parents' birth. Ceasefire, ceasefire. Babies and children are still being slaughtered. What the hell does that fake deal mean? What the hell does that friggin' land deal? Genocide on pause. Genocide on pause. Genocide on pause. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Agnes, and I'm joining from the Bronx, New York. And today I'm going to read some haiku that I chose. The first set of haiku is called Birthday Haiku During a Genocide. Are these candles or bombs marking the passage of another year gone? Carrying these truths that so much life has ended while mine stretches on. It remains urgent what marks we leave on this earth, on life, on others. The next haiku was written while following the Global Freedom Flotilla this past October. Let's go then into troubled waters, autumn dreams of Palestine free. And the last haiku I have is untitled. Doesn't have a title. When empire falls, tears will no longer stain cheeks. Joy will fill our mouths. Thank you.
Hello, friends. My name is Leslie Kaup. I'm a member of Service Employees International Union, Local 113. I live in Minnesota, and I own an independent bookstore called Wild Again Books. I'm reading a poem that I wrote during one of our worker-writer sessions about home and childhood. Rooted. We are defined by the soil of our birth. We yearn for childhood moments, childhood hobbies, like climbing the mulberry tree to eat berries from high in its branches. In among those mitten-shaped leaves, I could pretend I was invisible. I stacked small sticks on larger sticks, as far out as I could reach after all the berries within reach were eaten. My first job, childcare, barely more than a child myself. I signed up for a summer of labor and quit a month from the end to salvage my last summer of childhood. My cousins and I took turns spinning each other in the tire swing, unspun, then run across the yard toward the lilacs, weaving and drunken, fallen down halfway there, our brains not sure which way to orient to this soil. Reroot to the soil around the mulberry tree, just steps from the garden, full of tomatoes, cucumbers, Hungarian wax peppers, fat carrots the color of marigolds, my hands, my bare feet, stained purple. Thank you.
Liv, you're muted right now. Sorry. Looks like you're still disconnected. I'm gonna move on to Carol, and then Liv, if you want to hop back in the other room with Daniel, we can get that sorted out.
Good afternoon. My name is Curl Brooks. I am a member of the Domestic Workers United. The poem I am about to read is from Noor Hindi. Fuck your lectures on craft. My people are dying. Colonizers write about flowers. I tell you about children throwing rocks at Israeli tanks, seconds before becoming daisies. I want to be like those poets who care about the moon. Palestinians don't see the moon from jail cells and prisons. It's so beautiful, the moon. They're so beautiful, the flowers. I pick flowers for my dead father when I'm sad. He watches Al Jazeera all day. I wish Jessica would stop texting me, Happy Ramadan. I know I'm American because when I walk into a room, something dies. Metaphors about death are for poets who think ghosts cares about sound. When I die, I promise to haunt you forever. One day I'll write about the flowers like we own them. Thank you.
Nelson, you're muted as well.
Can you hear me?
Yep, you're all good.
Nelson Chimilio. I am born and raised in the South Bronx, and I'm a member of the Domestic Writers United. As a series of haikus that I wrote in the last couple of months, here we go. My life as a bee. I'm working along until boom, transformation. Who are you, human? Waging war through your trauma? Where's the peace in that? Rumble sound different, peace through war simply stupid. Thunder strike, no rain. Time flows like water, touching moments to remain. There's no next days. Social disconnect, wireless infrequency, syncopation lost. Are you good with this? Or just living in all right? Severed mindset, chained from inception, still fighting to remain still. The key is in me, back to the center, whole and stronger together, trapped but not enslaved. Wait in the moment, a guide becomes a mentor, split seconds of bliss. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. Who are you? Human? Thank you.
Davidson, it looks like there's maybe some audio issues happening with you as well. I can't hear you. If you would mind checking in with Dan again, just to get that sorted, that would be great. And let me see who else we've got here. Let's Mark, let's bring you back up, and then if you want to read another poem while we get the next presenter on, that'd be great.
Hi, everyone. One more poem, a K poem from the same manuscript. Any kind of king is still a king. Any kind of cadaver is still a cadaver. Death knows this, kinda. Undertakers undertaken it, kinda. Priests, kingmakers, queens kept by their kings. Kinships, the kingships, kingfishers, the kiss of death. Fly the flags with the king's name, break barricades and windows, shouting the king's name. All hail, Sig Heil, oye, our king. Mandarin-headed Mandarin, kiss the ring of the Kaiser, kiss the ring of Caesar, kiss the ring of the Tsar. Kamikazes, Kalashnikovs. Any kind of king is still a caliph. Any kind of king is still a Khan. Death has known this for centuries. Centuries know this, kinda. Security guards secure it, kinda. Flags fly with the monarch's coat of arms. Chanting the king's name, shrieking the king's name again and again. Trump Towers, Trump University, Trump National Golf Club, Donald J. Trump State Park. Repeat after me. Any kind of king is still a kingdom. Dukes, oligarchs, rise, repeat. Overlords, autocrats, dons. Any kind of king is still a king. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Liv Ryan from Long Island, New York, part of Workers Writers School and Starbucks Workers United. And I've just got 2 poems today. This one is called Other Barbarians Will Come. Other barbarians will come while the first horde is still in the streets. They will claim to be different, to serve a new god, but ultimately they make the same sacrificial offerings. Who do they do this for? The next barbarians will wear suits and carry no weapons. They will claim, how can we cause violence if we are unarmed? As they inspect the land while ignoring the bodies. Who do they do this for? The final barbarians will arrive in private jets with private security, claiming the desolate land as their private property. Who do they do this for? And then a nice short haiku I wrote actually as a text message to my best friend, and I realized it was a haiku. I want to fight God, but I don't believe in that. Eat the rich instead. Thank you. Have a lovely night. Well, you know.
Davidson, let's try your audio one more time. Looks like Davidson's unfortunately having some audio and video issues. So we're going to move on to another recording and then move on to the next segment.
Hi, this is Laura Wetherington. I'm in the United States. I want to thank Jared and Hazal and everyone who has contributed to this event for the work that you've done. In the last few years, I've been attending Quaker meeting. Quakers believe that everyone has the light of God within them, and if you're quiet for long enough, it will speak to you. The Quakers have a tradition of silent witness, and it's in that spirit that I present a few poems today. They're going to be, visual sonnets, so I'm going to be quiet in solidarity with the people of Palestine, past, present, and future. May all beings be free. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Me yet again to close out. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the sound working for Davidson Garrett. He popped up for a second. You saw him on screen. So I thought I would end just by reading some of Davidson's poems. This is from a book that we put out called Coronavirus Haiku from the Worker Writer School. Lots of information available on it on the web. From Kenning Editions. During the pandemic, when everything was shut down, the workers in the Worker Writer School, you saw a number of people, Reed Pryor, Starbucks barista, Liv Ryan, Nanny Lorraine Garnett, Davidson Garrett, longtime New York City yellow taxi driver. And we wrote poems on what it was like to work during the pandemic and put them out in this book. So since Davidson can't join us by voice, I'm going to close by reading his haiku from the anthology. Empty taxi cabs cruising along avenues with bankrupt drivers. Coronavirus, an invisible culprit foiled by Clorox. No opera now, the virus darkened the Met, but birds sing to me. Tired hot dog vendor drops huge mustard jar from cart, yellowing sore feet. Early morning fog covers the town like a shroud. Death floats in the air. Broadway shows shut down, Times Square restaurants suffer, thousands of jobs lost. Day driver starts shift, chicken bones left on cab seat by night driver slob. Starving cab driver gobbles provolone cheese, taxi smells like feet. Time for coffee break, cabbie double parks by store, a cop tickets him. An old cab driver pees beside his parked taxi, gold showers bathe curb. Skyscrapers asleep, Manhattan midnight eerie, the moon keeps safe watch. Grim news on TV, a breeze blows through my window, death chokes the airwaves. Taxi drivers hurt, few fares during pandemic, pray no suicide. Radiator clanks in my teeny weeny flat, autumn has arrived. Gulf Coast hurricanes, warnings from Dr. Fauci, President Trump golfs. And the last one of Davidson's. White supremacists hate to don masks for safety, prefer Klan hoods. And they would have been much more beautiful in Davidson's voice if we could have gotten his audio. But Davidson, New York City cab driver for 40 years, from our book, from the Worker Writer School, Coronavirus Haiku. Thank you very much, everyone.